So far we have looked at 3 moves on the big triangle. Changing a percent to a fraction, such as, I don't know, 30%. We can rewrite as 30 hundredths. That is an easy move. So I'm going to write easy on that arrow. We've looked at changing a percent to a decimal number. That just involves moving the decimal point very carefully over 2 places to the left. So we can rewrite 30% as 0.30, or dropping this unnecessary 0 at the end, 0.3. This is an easy move. We've looked at rewriting a decimal number as a percent, such as changing the decimal number 0.1 to a percent. That involves moving the decimal point very carefully 2 places to the right. We're going to have to add a 0 placeholder in this case. Since the decimal point is at the end, this is the whole number 10, which we just write as 10 without the decimal point, and 0.10 is equivalent to 10%. This is an easy move. Now I want to go to the arrow that goes from decimals to fractions, this one right here. And I'm going to say that this is an easy move also if you understand how to read a decimal number. And hopefully all of you know how to do this. If you don't, you need to review page 4 in the decimal booklet. And I am going to look at a couple of examples in the decimal booklet right now for those of you that might want this review. If you know how to write decimal numbers as fractions, you can just stop the video right here and go on to the next one. But for those of you who want this review, here it comes. Okay, so we're on page 4 of the decimal booklet, and I'm going to do a couple of examples here, starting with number 2, 0.07. Oh yeah, before I proceed, let's review that the first place after the decimal point in a decimal number is the tenths place. The next place over is the hundredths place, and the next digit over is the thousandths place. Okay, so back to 0.07. We write this decimal number as a fraction by writing whatever comes after the decimal point, in this case this 7, as the numerator of our fraction. We decide what to put in the denominator by identifying the place of the very last digit in the number. The very last place in this number is the 7, and what place is the 7 in? Well, that's the hundredths place. So 100 goes in the denominator. Let's jump over to number 4, 0.062. So in the numerator we put 62 because that's the number that we see coming after the decimal point, and the digit that's at the very end of the number is this 2, and what place is that 2 in? Well, this is the tenths place, hundredths place, thousandths place. The 2 is in the thousandths place, so we write 1,000 in the denominator. So I hope maybe that's enough of a review to get you going, to remind you how we rewrite decimals as fractions. In the next lesson, we're going to focus on changing fractions to decimal numbers.